Hello, I'm Mike McGuire. I am a member of the Unicult. I originally joined the Unicult when I met Unicron online. We had started doing an art piece together that was revolved around photography, which allowed me to get to know her more and more about the Unicult. And after doing that, it was an obvious choice that I needed to join and become a member. Personally, when I first joined the Unicult, I was at a very dire place in my life. I had a problem with alcohol, smoking cigarettes. I was unhealthy. I had an immense amount of anxiety and depression that was really holding me back. My life was really not fulfilling. If you fast forward to now, so much has changed. I no longer drink, I no longer smoke cigarettes, and I've brought more joy into my life. Was it the Unicult that did all these life-transforming things for me? No, not necessarily. Of course there was the self-resolve, but these all came from the ideas that I gained from the Unicult. Creating joy within myself and others allows you to transform your life in alchemical ways. The anxiety that I lived with before I joined the Unicult was so strong, it was almost my identity. A lot of what I do is help on a digital level. As an experienced web developer, most of my activities are behind the scenes, managing servers and helping create websites. I've also helped bring new members in, helping them to understand the mission of the Unicult. A lot of people don't understand what the Unicult is and how they can help. So a big thing is that we're trying to bring joy to the world. That can be kind of vague to some people, but this is serious for us. We really want to change the world. We truly believe bringing joy to people will be the best path for humanity, and we can't move forward as a species that is interconnected with the rest of the universe without embracing a culture of joy. Sometimes it is difficult. I think there is a variety of symptoms that we have from our society that really make it hard for people to accept the ideas of joy and having positivity in their lives. A lot of intelligent people are very cynical. They're jaded to the way that our society works and have adopted a lifestyle of just negativity in general that prevents them from really taking a positive outlook seriously. As well as you have people who maybe just really have a system of hatred and animalistic thinking that prevents them from having compassion towards one another. Our society isn't really set up for having compassion for one another, and you have to worry about only yourself to just survive. But in general, I think you see a transformation in humanity. Right now we have technology that's connecting people in amazing, incredible ways. One of the great things about this is that people are no longer allowed to be ignorant of the way that people are different. Now people are realizing the models of society that we've been using for centuries no longer applies. The internet has totally changed things. People are so much more connected. And even through this, we're seeing our own interconnectedness within the universe, which is incredible. The more that people realize this, the more they're looking for alternative ideas. One of the great things about the Unicult is we encourage people to find their compassion and wisdom within themselves. Often we're looking for answers outside of ourselves. But one of the great things is that we can rely upon the esoteric ideas of our ancestors. You will see oftentimes that a lot of the rituals or the tools used within rituals are used within multiple societies that have no connection to each other physically or through time. Things like crystals, you can see that the Egyptians and some of the Native American tribes are both deeply held respect for the spiritual nature of crystals. You see the Greeks using talismans and trinkets as well as crystals themselves. And oftentimes you'll find me meditating, introspectively looking at myself to bring more joy to myself and others, and becoming more aware of the present. Ritual is a very important thing. We've evolved with ritual, and it's become almost a necessity for humans to properly integrate with life and their emotions, to some degree, I think every human being has a need and a desire for a ritual within their lives. That's why you have rituals in almost every religious activity. Yes, I became a pretty strong active member within the Unicult very early on. So a lot of the concepts and ideas that were generated around the Unicult happened between conversations between me and Unicult Unicron. The big thing is not that the world needs the Unicult, but the ideas that Unicult represent. We don't believe that the universe and humanity can go on living with each other in the way that we're going at the current rate. We truly need to create a world where people can be happy. This is the purpose of our lives. Why would we not want a society where everyone can be happy? With that being said, we now have the tools in order to create this reality. The big thing right now with the Unicult is that we have a lot of ideas generated about what we want to do, but we don't have the funding in order to do them. And so this limits the amount of time that we get to spend implementing our ideas. So right now, it's just a matter of trying a lot of different things in order to bring awareness to the Unicult. And once we do that and we bring more people in, we'll be able to accomplish a lot of the goals that we've set in place.